We're live with the 2016 SSA Major Championships. You see our correspondent out there in beautiful center field on field number 2 here. That is the Malati Nissan dealership in Crystal Lake, Illinois, sponsored by the one and only Jim Malati. We'll be right back with the game action right after this. Okay, here we go with the championship game. In the camera booth, the great one, Mike Marola. Sitting next to me today, Maddie Dosen. And you know these teams well, Maddie. It is Flashback versus the 45s, a repeat of last year.
No secrets here, George, between these two teams. They've probably faced each other individually 200 times throughout their careers.
Exactly. Okay, here we go with live action from Carroll Stream. A.J. Koya in the box, number 22. That's the great Keith Filkins out there pitching. We'll talk about these players later as we go along, Maddie. So here's Koya. Here's the
They faced each other earlier in the day, George. 3-2 win in 9 innings.
Yeah, great
for Flash.
Koya with a lefty. He was the MVP last year, by the way, of the tournament at Elgin, and he's a great outfielder.
Terrific player.
Playing left field mostly this week.
Terrific player for the last 15 years, George.
Swinging a ball to straightaway center field. No problem out there. A can of corn. He's got to get it down.
Tough field to hit. Wind blowing in. Not many runs have been scored on this field. It's going to be a close game, in my estimation.
Here's a guy that's been hurt, and thank God he's back with us this fall. One of the great families, the Lawlers. This is Denny Lawler, number 6.
Veteran player, been around a long time, a lot of big games.
There's a strike. Johnny Osisco is the home plate ump today. Cahill out there on the bases. Lawler swings right up the middle, off the glove of Filkins, quickly to that's Yaris, and Yaris couldn't get it quickly enough, but he had that beat being a lefty.
Yeah, Denny's smart hitter, always looks for the infield hole, what makes him so effective. With these short bases, George, obviously a ball that's deflected with the gloves, it's going to be a hit.
Yeah, Denny's had some unlucky injuries the last couple of years, but he looked okay there. This is Horodecki, Berwyn star that played on Hype years ago.
Scotty has really upped his game the last few years, George. Was mostly a power hitter, has thrown in the cut and the Humpty over the first baseman the last couple of years.
And there is the cut on the third base line coming over quickly. That's Brian Blackwell out there in left field, Little B. We'll talk about him a little bit. These teams occasionally can get 1 or 2 players added to the roster for the playoffs.
Yeah, Little B played with a team called BTA for most of the year and then picked up by the 45s for this Nationals, and just a tremendous outfielder.
Okay, Filkins delivering to Johnny Robinson as the catcher. There's a ball to the right side. Over to Israel Sanchez quickly to Yaris, so he does get the lead runner in that softball.
I tell you what, George, it's fun watching Israel Sanchez play defense. He is just so smart out there, obviously taking the out there at second base. A lot of first basemen would just take it to the bag and get the second runner there, but he gets the lead runner and makes it a little easier inning here for the 45.
Many awards. We'll talk about Israel in a second. Shane Lawler, the brother of Denny, number 27. He's their first baseman, a lefty, and they need his bat now to get something going with Big Scotty on first base.
His best ball, George, left center, right center ball, has really become a terrific hitter the last few years.
Filkins on the mound, delivering to Shane Lawler. 2-1. Beautiful day, little hazy, gorgeous weather, Labor Day. Ground ball to the right side, through for the infield squeaker there, and first and third. So just off the tip of the second baseman's line. I think that's Cucci out there. Is that Cucci? Yeah, number 22.
No, that's Pete Caminetti.
Oh, that's Petey. Sorry, Cooch. That's Pete Caminetti, number 22.
Yeah, I think
at second base.
If you ask Shane, I think he'll tell you he missed that ball and just happened to find a good hole there. So now first and third with Ralphie Lawrence at the plate.
2 outs. Ralph's going to go for the big swing, or he's not going to try to dribble one now.
Ralphie likes to pull the ball. Good ball down the left field line. Has added that right field ball recently also. Got a big hit in the game earlier today.
I remember a couple years ago he had an incredible game against the 45s. Had a big home run to win, the game in a crucial time. So Ralph's had some great positions in his life.
One of the best shortstops in the game, George.
And the great worker of Oak Park, Illinois, and the Blackhawks. He works with the Blackhawks, so he's around pros all the time.
Tremendous guy too. You won't find a better guy in playing softball.
You got it. Line drive to Filkins for the out. Nothing going. 0-0. We'll be back right after this.
Hey.
Back here, bottom of first. No score. Tito's 45s are the home team, and on the mound is none other than Gibbs Hernandez as the blue team flashback warms up there.
George Jeff's really got himself in great shape this year. Dropped a few pounds. Definitely. You could tell he's moving better on the mound, and is just a tremendous pitcher, one of the best in the game over the last number of years.
Kevin Cusick, Ralph Lawrence, Mike Meyer, Anthony Tyler, Lawler, the infield. Here's Little B, Brian Blackwell. Little B coming to the 45s for this special weekend as a pickup player. Swings at the first pitch, line drive right up the middle, and it's through right where they weren't.
George, he's got every ball in the book. He's got the cut. He can go long to both gaps, up the middle, and his speed is second to none in the game right now.
Yeah, fantastic. Little B.
And now Nate, who has been on fire all tournament long, again, line-to-line hitter, and he'll take you deep if you cheat him.
You got it. Nate Mercado. Nate was a big-time high school player in baseball. There's a swing by Mercado up the middle. Right to Mike Meyer for the simple double play. So short center, double play, touch the base over to first. And again, I have not played at the major level, but you can't hit it up the middle at that point.
Not many times where you see Nate ground into a double play. He's got great speed. I think he just was trying to go up in the gap there and missed it. It happens. Jeff Hernandez will do that to you. Alex Smith, one of the tremendous young power hitters in the game right now, George.
I know his brother is also a great player. Unfortunately, he's injured.
Yeah,
so
Billy's been a terrific left fielder and hurt his ankle earlier in the year.
Here's Alex Smith. Joey Yaris in front of us, getting ready to bat. J-Rob. He hits a real low pitch, kind of trying to pitch it, and that ball goes foul. That was a weird swing there.
You know, that's one thing that Jeff is a master of, is just getting guys to take swings that they don't normally take. He keeps them off balance. He throws a knuckleball. The ball moves a bit. Very smart pitcher, always on top of his game, especially in the big games.
Exactly. That we're talking about the Gibbs Hernandez, number 91 from the beautiful western suburbs of Chicago. Marty Dosen's coaching at first. Over at third is their main coach, Ron Kubicki, who, by the way, everybody knows well is the president of the 16-inch softball Hall of Fame here in Chicago area. Don't forget that Hall of Fame in Chicago. Smith, line drive to Meyer. So Meyer has had a good half inning there. Nothing going as we return to the top of the second. We hear no score. Kevin Cusick here going to bat now. Their third baseman from flashback.
Q, another solid player, been around for a while, very versatile in the infield, could play in a lot of positions, including pitch. Another guy, cuts the ball down the left field line, humpties the ball over the first baseman's head. If you cheat him, he'll try to go up in the gaps. Solid player. Yeah,
they throw it around to get warmed up. I forgot to mention Jeff Berger, one of the great ones, is at third base. Nate Mercado at short. That's Yaris at short center. Big Pete Caminiti at 2B. And, of course, Israel Sanchez, ex-Major League ball player at first. Behind the plate is J-Rob.
You know, between positions at first, third, and pitch, quite a few nationals between the three of them.
Cusick with a swing, a simple swing to left, and here comes Little B, and he makes it look easy, and that ball normally falls in for the hit. That gets closed in on it. Little B, that's Blackwell out there in left field, and that's exactly why they got him.
You know what, George, there are a lot of outfielders that are fast, but there are very few that are fast and get the kind of jump on the ball the way that Little B does.
Which he just did, so you saw a great defense there. Anthony Tyler here, the captain, one of the captains of the team, and also one of the executives at SSA, the association that so many of the great 16-inch players work with in Chicago.
Anthony puts so much time and effort into this organization. I give him so much credit for what they have done over the past few years.
Tyler, wearing number 1.
He's also a future Hall of Famer, George.
Yeah, he'll tell you. No, he's a great friend of mine. He's awesome. Tyler with a swing, deep swing to right center. And nothing out there, so that ball's grabbed out there. That's Smith out there and right.
You know, the 45s have just a tremendous outfield with Bart Bannock in center field, Alex Smith in right. Again, 3 fast outfielders, but 3 outfielders that get good jumps on balls and also anticipate, which is a much underrated attribute for an outfielder.
Right.
You got to know where guys are going to hit in this game.
Absolutely. So this is Mike Meyer now.
I love this guy, George. So versatile.
Plays everywhere, yeah.
Played his dues with the Flash, too. Was a fourth outfielder for many years when the Flash was winning championships. Stuck it out, and now is a big contributor for the team.
Mike Meyer, the short center, and is at the most important position on defense. So Keith Filkins delivers to Meyer. Meyer on a shot, and that's through for the single. Let's see if Meyer goes the stretch. No, big wide turn there by 47 as Meyer there on first base as our good buddy Mike Marola zooms in on the great 47 Mike Meyer. Right there with him talking about what's happening is Mike Cam.
You know, there are very few players that square the ball up the way Mike Myers does. Every time he hits the ball, it seems like it's right in the face.
Stu Hollick. This is Stu.
Another one of the young flash pickups for this year and have tremendous power.
So that's Stu, as my good friend Richie Wagner calls him, Stu. Swings down on the ground to Mercado. Quickly, in the dirt, but Israel does pick it up. So that's it. Nothing happening. We return to the next half inning. We'll be back right after this. We're back here with Matt Dosen, George Bliss. I want to apologize. That last batter, that last half inning, was Staggs, not Stu Hollick. But, I get goofed up with STs, Mike and Matt. That was Jimmy Stagowski, number 7. So our apologies, but we'll get it right next time. So we are in bottom of 2, home half of 2. J. Robb played at Chicago State University back in the day.
John Robinson, another hitter that's hard to predict. He's got all fields covered with the way he can go.
And their backup pitcher in a very fine way. And talk about the way, but he didn't put enough mustard on it, and he soft liner out the Cusick at third base, and he was upset with that swing. Didn't get enough of the swing on it.
That's an easy out with the glove. Not a bad ball with no glove, but with the glove, unfortunately, an easy out.
Joey Yaris, 24.
Joey Yaris, don't let the size fool you. He's got tremendous power to both gaps. Best ball, in my opinion, right center.
All right, let's watch Yaris as Matt Dosen does some good analysis here. There's a ball on the ground to their shortstop. Over to Shane Lawler. That was no problem. Short to first.
Ralphie makes that play look easy. Not many shortstops can do that, but we've got 2 of the best playing in this game today.
Well, this game's moving quickly, which we like. We really like that. Israel Sanchez.
Well, you could throw about as many accolades at this guy as you can come up with because he's done it all, been there, done that. Tremendous player, tremendous team player. Nobody plays harder.
Yeah, I mean, the Forest Park tournaments that he's put together in his past are incredible. By the way, the pitcher, Hernandez, throws what they call kind of a grip knuckleball. You can't even see it coming. It's really tricky.
There's a reason why he always plays on one of the best teams, George, and has had so much success. It's not an accident.
Sanchez, 1-1.
How about these 2 back-to-back, Israel and Keith Filkins?
Wow.
A lot of hardware between the 2 of them.
Incredible. Keith Filkins from probably arguably the finest softball family in the history of the game, the Filkins family. There's a ball down the left field line, and it does go foul, so they're trying to go the other way and, get it down there and get a double.
Well, the wind is blowing in a bit from right field, and again, Israel, a player that could hit the ball from line to line.
Game's moving at a nice pace.
Usually does with the gloves.
Yeah, beautiful fall day here, 2016 SSA Major National, sponsored by our good friends at Maladi Nissan in Crystal Lake. Very easy, MLADY.com. Maladi.com for a great Nissan. I've been out there. It's an incredible place. Here's Sanchez. Illegal pitch, Maddie, real quickly. The reason is?
Well over 12 feet, George. 6 to 12 is the arc limit. That one was about 18 feet.
So you can't throw it more than 12. There's a ball to none other than Ralph Lawrence over to first. And this game is moving quickly. We'll be back in the next half inning right after this. 45s versus flashbacks. Stand by, everybody. Mike Marola, Matt Dosen. Yours truly, George Bliss here. Top of 3. The game's moving quickly, Maddie. This 0-0.
It's going to be a low-scoring game. It's going to be a tight game.
It is. 91. Jeff Hernandez. They do generally bat 11 in Chicago, so he's a pitcher that hits. Ground ball, Nate moves back on it because no issue to rush it there, and he throws them out easily.
That's a great point, George, because one of the keys to playing defense is knowing your runner. And obviously, Jeff not being fleet of foot, Nate had time to step back and get the easy hop and then throw it over.
All right, here we go.
Different story now with this batter.
Yeah, top of the order, Koya. I'm watching Smith and Wright. He's a little in. If AJ sees that, he can go big. But, again, easier said than done as Filkins delivers pretty straight. Filkins works quickly. No nonsense. Not a lot of hesitation shots with him.
Nope. Simple and direct.
And he just goes back and he plays it infield right away.
Well, he's a great fielder, great athlete.
So Filkins working quickly, just gets there, grips it, and throws it. Koya, well, at the end of his bat, little reverse English, and it gets it down for a single, and it looks good in the book.
I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that one of the first coaches that AJ had was our very own Gio.
Oh, Vernazos from the SSA
That's
board.
Right.
Yeah.
Played for Gio with Mudville.
Okay, here's Lawler. Now, they got something going here. Flashback, blue. Lawler with the beautiful number 6, the lefty.
Denny, a product of St. Rita.
Oh, yeah, St. Rita High School, famous high school for you folks from out of town. Ground ball to Israel Sanchez over to Yaris, and safe at first. But Keith got over there quickly, but the force out works. They get the lead guy, and Israel's just so smooth. That left-handed throw makes it easy.
A lot of guys will hesitate going to second base on that play, not Israel.
Nope, he had him by about 3 feet. All right, so they got to get something going here for both sides because the fans want to see offense. Hordecki taking his time to get in, number 32.
Now, Scotty does have the power to hit the ball through this wind, so now the outfield is a little bit shallow for him.
It looks like they're shallow to me, yeah. Filkins just working quick. There's a straight shot. Underspin, unfortunately, and that's going to be absolutely a piece of cake for Blackwell for the next out. So little B, gets that out. And that's it for this half inning. Nothing going. We're going to the bottom of the third. 0-0. We'll be right back. Keith Filkins, we call him the franchise player. He's going to be the first batter this half inning for the Tito 45s. In the on-deck circle is Jeff Berger, and something's going to happen here. You know that.
Well, they just keep rolling out the Hall of Famers on this 45 team, up and down the lineup. Same goes for Flash. No surprise why they're both playing in this game.
So pitcher to pitcher. He throws just a flat, square strike right at him.
Yeah, Keith's had a nice tournament.
I've never seen him not have a good tournament. There's a slap. Oh, to Lawrence at short, and he quick bobble, but he grabs it. So there you go. That saves a little gapper there.
Ralphie, about 6'2" with the long arms, and a great jump on that ball, and made a difficult play look rather easy.
You got it.
Jeff Berger at the plate. He's had a few years in a row here where he's had to battle some injuries, but again, a big player, plays big, plays clutch in big games. Wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get a few knocks in this game.
Yeah, he's got multiple MVPs as well. Jeff Berger, who I saw play a whole long time ago in Broadview, he was incredible as a 19-year-old player. So all the big teams grabbed him right away.
One of the most confident players you'll ever run into as well, George.
Yeah. Timeout called. Hernandez working quickly. I'm kind of focusing on Mike Meyer at short center because he's right in the middle of the action.
Jeff's gone between short and short center a couple of times today. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries that hole again.
Right. Tyler mid-range at second base. There's a ball over to Lawrence, and 2 in a row for Ralph Lawrence. So nothing so far on that left side.
That was the hole he was shooting for, but again, Ralph Lawrence anticipating and getting a great jump on that ball makes a difficult play look rather simple.
Now, this is the center fielder you talked to me about earlier, Bart Bannock. Tell me more.
Great young man from Northwest Indiana, going to be a first-time dad on Tuesday.
Wow.
Played with Bart for many years, just a tremendous, tremendous guy.
Bannock. Ground ball. Tyler, bobble for a second and can't get the handle, and that's going to be an error at second base. Bannock reaches, so he bobbles.
When you've got speed like Bart does, have tremendous speed, it puts a lot of pressure on the defense, and Anthony knew that he had to come up with it clean and get the throw out, and just unfortunately couldn't get out of his glove in time. 22,
Caminetti, Big Pete. And it is Caminata. Again, my apologies to my buddy Pete. 22, Caminata. There's a strike by Hernandez in over the plate. Lawler is catching.
Pete's a slasher and a dumper. He's got great speed from the left side. Just finds a way to get on base.
Here's the pitch. There's a little bit off the handle. And A.J. Coyle like smooth as silk. Nothing going. 1, 2, 3. We'll be back right after this. Top of 4. You see the 45 throwing the ball around and coming up to the hitting circle is Shane Lawler. That's J-Rob behind the plate with Osisco. And you see Keith Filkins on the mound.
I think, George, that the defense behind these pitchers, they appreciate how fast the pitchers are working. It really keeps them in the game on their toes.
I love that game. Okay, here we go. Lawler, the shot, and there's one to Yaris. So lot of soft line drives in the last half inning or so. They're grabbing them, no issue. Yaris.
You know, we've seen a lot of examples of why a lot of players don't really like to play with the glove, George.
I hate them.
A lot of good balls hit in this game, and with the glove, again, they make a difficult play really simple.
Yeah, the game will never come back to its incredible heyday of popularity, in my opinion, just my opinion here on the air, until they get rid of these darn gloves.
Well, we would be remiss if we didn't mention that there were a few teams out here this weekend, Dynasty, Brick, that played without the glove.
Well, I give those guys kudos. Dynasty and Brick, those guys got the guts, and I love them for it.
And Dynasty finished third in this tournament.
They could have won easily. Anything could
run.
happen, yeah. Ralph Lawrence, our shortstop, blue jersey flashback.
I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to go deep here to left.
Yeah, he can do it. And guess what? He swung hard, right up the middle. Great swing, and Lawrence, number 10.
He's hit that hole a few times this weekend.
Yeah, the ball. You know, I always say it's about turf. It is a little faster than grass, quite obviously.
Ball will skip. Makes a lot of singles into doubles.
Cusick.
Very crafty hitter, George. Just don't know where he's going to hit the ball.
You notice the batter's box here in 16-inch softball is relatively large, so he can move around in there. There's a little cut that he misses, and caught over there by Hideki, over to Jeff Berger, back into Keith Filkins. I love how the game moves quickly. No nonsense between innings. That's what makes it so interesting.
You know, Kevin started his career with a team called Binge from about 12 years ago.
Oh, yes.
And a lot of the players from that team are playing on these top major teams.
Yeah,
Dave Penza started that team.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, his dad is coaching the flashback team. You know, Brian Blackwell, the foul territory, but here's an interesting move. And out there, recorded, but Lawrence tags up after the out-of-bounds catch.
Very important in this game, George. A very underrated play is the tag to get into scoring position.
For any reason, from any position at any time, absolutely.
And now you got a guy in Anthony Tyler, again, a veteran, future Hall of Famer, terrific hitter over the years. Base hit here will score Ralph Lawrence rather easily.
Yeah, Lawrence out there at second on the sacrifice move-up ball. So Tyler wearing number 1 on his jersey. As they say, number 1 in your heart, Anthony. Here we go. Filkins directly, no hesitation. And Tyler swings, gets a shot to left, and Blackwell is like glue out there. It's not even an issue. So a fly out to Blackwell for the second out. And actually, we'll repeat that. That's the third out. My apologies. This game's going so fast I can't even keep up. We'll be back after this short break. You see in the batter's box, little B, Brian Blackwell. Maddie, so far, zeros. Bring us through what's happened here.
Well, pitchers duel. A lot of good defense. A lot of balls that were hit not the way that they were intended by some of the batters, and we got a good old-fashioned pitchers duel.
You know, Blackwell, as he's brought up for this weekend, has got to get on. There's a big swing, straightaway center field, and that is not an issue at all for the center fielder for flashback.
Yeah. Ball in the air in this game, especially with the gloves, that's the dead zone. That's the one thing you try to avoid is hitting that ball right at an outfielder.
And that won't make a mistake. That's Jimmy Staggs out there in center that reined that one in.
Here, Nate has got a great ball right over the first baseman's head. Also can cut. And again, if you cheat him, he'll try to go long.
Yeah, he's the home half of this inning, being inning 4, wearing the red uniforms, 45s. You know, clearly one of the teams of all time in softball. Ground ball. Cusick, bobbles. So ball, I hate that one. Just rolled up his arm.
Well, you've heard the old saying, speed kills. And when you've got that threat of a fast runner.
He looked up for a second.
Exactly. He knew he had to get rid of the ball quickly and just took his eye off it for a fraction of a second.
Alex Smith. So they're feeling good here with 0 outs.
Well, the outfield's got to play a little deep with Alex, and a ball where the outfield's got to go in the gap is going to score Nate because he could really run.
Ball 1.
One of the premier power hitters in the game, Alex Smith.
There's a strike. Waiting for a good pitch. He's going to uncork. See if he can get out there. Sun going low now in the western sky. Missed it totally, going to right side for the slice and missed it, but that's not uncommon.
You know, George, in the semifinals of the winner's bracket, Alex was up with a man on first base, and Anthony Tyler made a tremendous play going to his left to end the game.
Gotcha. Smith in the box. Hernandez very slowly working with the crouch. There's a ground ball to Lawrence, and guess what? 2 miscues in a row. One by Lawrence, and his neighbor at third base make one just before that. So what's happening here on this turf? It's pretty unusual.
I think it's just a matter of the speed. Again, Nate's got a great jump, and Ralph just kind of tried to rush that a little bit too quick to get the force out.
So 1 out here, and we have a lefty, which you cannot ask for better. There's only one thing he's going to do here, and that's hit the ball to the right side and try to get 2 guys over. So I don't know if he's going to swing for his hit or swing for his move up.
I think you got to go for a hit here.
Okay, so he's going to go for try to get the ball away from the center of the diamond, and he does for the cut. Comes in quickly. Herdecki catches it. Great catch there by Herdecki. Back to second quickly, and wow, that was a great play by Herdecki out there in right field.
Great jump. John Robinson hit that ball exactly like he wanted, and Scott anticipated again and came in, made a
that's a game
catch.
of inches there, so it's for the second out.
Again, another underrated aspect of outfield play is anticipation, and he knew that when J-Rob was going up with that swing, he was going to cut the ball, and he got a great jump.
So that would be the second out, I believe.
Second out.
Yeah. So here's Yaris. First and second. They got 2 outs. So far, the best play of today's game. That great move up, quick snatch off the shoestrings by Herdecki. Here's Yaris.
Joe's been trying to cut the ball a lot in this tournament, but you still have to be wary because he does have the powers to the gaps.
Well, if he sees it, he'll go for it. But you're right. The wind is picking up now, coming off the Great Lake in Michigan, and it is blowing in from the east. So let's see what that does. There's a cut down the third, and guess what? That ball does drop. So he drops it right in front of A.J. Coyer for the first run.
That's been his go-to swing this tournament. Big hit there. Hooked the ball perfectly away from A.J. and about 5 feet fair.
So Yaris comes through with a nice cut right in front of A.J. Coyer. Scores run number 1. Here's Sanchez, same situation. 2 men on.
And Israel, you can't predict where he's going to hit the ball. He goes all over.
Now, Flashback has to clamp down now as they move over Mike Meyer deep at short center to stop anything that's through there. There's a cut, swing to right side. Tyler almost grabs it on a little tweaker over the first base side.
Israel, a little off balance on that swing. Got a extra chance here. Nice attempt by Anthony Tyler.
If Tyler would have got that would have been a real strong play.
He covered a lot of ground.
Yeah. So you can't say that Tyler's not old. He's running young, man. He looks like a 19-year-old out there. Anthony Tyler at second base. Number 1. Okay, back to number 38 in the box, Israel Sanchez. Quick hesitation, glove fake, and they called it illegal, and I guess that was too high.
He faked with his glove hand.
Can't do that. Gotcha. All right. Israel Sanchez hits the ball down the left side. Caught by A.J. Coyer as he anticipated that, and that is it. Just 1 run that inning. The big hit by Yaris, 1-0. We'll be back right after this. Okay, back here. Here's what we've got. We've got top of the 5th inning. We've got 1-0. 45 scored a scratch run in the 4th. And this is the guy that we're really watching this weekend, Mike Meyer, the short center fielder.
George, tremendous plays there by the corner outfielders, a flash. Otherwise, it's a 3-run game.
You got it. There's a strike. Osisco, the umpire, behind the plate. Osisco. Meyer on the ground to Yaris. A quick bobble by Yaris, but he does pick it up quickly and he keeps the ball in front of him, and he knocks him out.
That's a great athletic play there by Joe Yaris. Bobbled the ball, regained control, and just threw a missile over to first base.
Yeah, thank God the ball came right up there, but he was on it. He stayed right on it.
Again, Mike Meyer hitting the ball right in the nose.
Okay, so this is Topps. Now this is the great nephew of Hall of Famer Ray Topps. This is Jimmy Topps.
He had a big hit in the first game between these two teams.
You see, he's a lefty. You can also see that he's a young guy, and they hope he can run and hit now. So batting for their pitcher in this case, and I'll double check that, of course, is Topps. And that's called the reentry rule. We'll explain that the next half inning.
This is the future of the game. Guys like Jimmy Topps.
Yeah, Jimmy Topps.
Young
great
good
name.
player.
Oh, bad swing there. Not a good swing there. Kind of crossed him up. Filkins quick pitched, and he didn't even take a good swing there.
Crafty move by the franchise out there.
Yeah, he just pitched, and he wasn't ready, and he got a little nervous. So you got to play in these big games and take your time. So now they're making a couple decisions over there. There are a lot of options they can do in 16 softball. You can re-enter, you can pinch run, you can pinch hit, you can do all kinds of crazy things.
Here comes one of the most popular player to ever play the game, George.
Yeah, I know a lot about him. This is Bobby Russ, and you might want to focus in on him, Mike. This is Bobby Russ. He's number 3. He has the Russ family tradition. His father, Hall of Famer, Senior Russ. This is Bobby Russ Jr., his brother Randy Russ, who's retired now. Bobby has been hanging with me for a couple years, and we have a lot of fun. And I've never seen, a more aggressive player than Bobby. He's kind of in the twilight, but they keep him in as a utility hitter. And if he hits here, he still maintains this tradition of greatness.
Played in so many big games, so many big situations.
Weber High School grad. There's a ball to center field, and out. So Bobby Russ couldn't come through. Nothing going there. We'll be back right after this. The scoreboard says bottom of 5th inning. It also says 1-0 Tito's 45s, and also none other than Keith Filkins is going to lead it off here, Matt.
Big shout out again to the SSA and Anthony Tyler and Gio and Patty Caputo and Bobby Stevens, Ronnie Matriciano.
And Tonci Saresevic, of course.
Tonci. Who could forget Tonci, my favorite Croatian out here.
Favorite. There's a little cut swing by Filkins, and Cusick could have got hurt over there.
We didn't mention our fabulous cameraman.
Oh, I mentioned him later on in the full credits. None other than Mike Marola, and now that we have a little quick break, Mike Marola, probably my best helper ever, the only guy I actually trust in the camera booth, and he plays for the traffic team, and he's a center fielder.
Tremendous player.
And
loves the game, more importantly.
Yeah, fly ball to straightaway center fielder for Filkins, caught out there by Staggs.
Mike's a veteran, and he's 30 years old, Mike? 30 years old.
Looks 20.
Like he's been playing
Looks
this game
20.
since he was 12.
Yeah, I fully expect a couple MVPs of Forest Park before it's all over.
One of the best beards in softball, too.
Haha. That's Mike Marola. Get that name, folks. I'm going to have a lot more on him throughout the years. Okay, Jeff Berger here. Game is quickly and also kind of semi-boring, but it's tight, 1-0. What else can you ask for?
It'll be interesting to see where Jeff tries to go here. Cut between short and short center. It's been his game so far in this tournament.
There's a strike. Berger doesn't like that one. Hit the outside corner.
You mentioned Johnny Osisco behind the plate. Was a fine player in his day as well, George.
And that was with the Gamblers out of Cicero, Illinois. This is a Chicago game, but we're watching all over the world on the web and YouTube. This is Carroll Stream, Illinois, 35 miles downtown on Route 64. For all you folks looking on Google Maps, we're in beautiful western suburbs of Chicago. Berger swings, straightaway center field, Staggs, no issue there. So out number 2.
Well, here with 2 outs and nobody on, Bart Bannock's got the power to hit a gap and maybe drive one through for a home run. And we haven't seen it yet in this tournament, but he definitely has that capability.
Bannock, B-A-N-A-C-H.
Younger brother Brent also plays with the 45s.
Aha, very good. Still 1-0 here in Carroll Stream, SSA Major. Ground ball to Ralph Lawrence. He's not going to miss that one. Fires the first, and then another quick half inning. We'll be back right after this. A.J. Koya. Got to get something going here. They are down 1-0. They have 6 opportunities, Matt, to get a run and go ahead.
Top of the order. Some good hitters at the plate this inning for the flashback.
Now, I want to explain, if the 45s win this game, they will go to what they call the if game, because it's a double elimination concept here in 16 softball. Up the middle to Yaris, over to first, out. So again, 1 out there, and Flash must win this game, or they're going to have to go to game 2, and the 45s have to beat them twice, called the old double dip. This is kind of like the same scenario as last year, isn't it not?
Exactly, and George, you had mentioned that the turf earlier in the day, and on that play, much more difficult on the dirt infield than it would be on turf.
Denny Lawler. Lefty, trying to get something started here. They're loaded up on the right side with Yaris on the right side. So Lawler, presumably will hit it that way. Filkins working quickly. Up the middle to Filkins. Sticks in his glove, and that's the great Keith Filkins, as if he's in his backyard when he's 9 years old. Nothing. Simple line drive right into his glove.
You just don't see Keith out of position after he pitches the ball. He gets in great athletic fielding position, and it's hard to get the ball past him.
It is, so you can't go there. They got to figure out something and get some angles. Here's Hordecki.
Again, Scotty has that power to split the gap and hit a home run here. Let's see if he tries for it with 2 outs, nobody on.
Ground ball, shortstop Mercado with a little quick release, and he's out. 1, 2, 3. Nothing going. We'll be back right after this. You see our official sponsor out there, Marola Nissan. A beautiful center field with the sun setting on it. As we fade away, we go back to home plate here, and we see a pinch hitter that's going to be hitting now for the 45s. Let's talk about Nicky Durango.
Nicky Durango played earlier today, hit a home run, big home run for the 45s. Been around a long time. Good power, fast runner out of the box.
Chicago fireman.
Strong veteran.
I love hanging with this guy. He's a lot of fun. Nicky Durango, lefty, and also organizes some things for me, the fire police game. So he's been a great friend of this broadcaster. Here's Durango batting now as a pinch hitter.
Big at bat here, trying to set the table for Little B and Nate Mercado.
Yeah, so he's hitting for Caminati, Pete. Now, Pete can come back in the game. Technically, it's called the re-entry rule. So let's see what they do next half inning. But it's basically a pinch hitter concept. Taking his time. Durango wants one pitch and one pitch only. And there's Durango. And guess what? It works out as Durango hits it. And he takes a big wide turn. And Durango with the pinch hit up the middle.
That's a smart hit.
Guess what? Strategy works.
Smart hit. Mike Meyer was playing on the pull side of the infield there. And he just went right past Hernandez for the base hit.
All right, so Blackwell with a 1-0 lead with no outs. And there you go. Our guy is back in the game, Pete Caminati. There's a ball to left field by Little B. Nothing happening their way in foul territory.
Yeah, Pete's got good speed. I'm going to anticipate after that foul ball that he's going to try to maybe just drive the ball deep and at least get Pete in scoring position.
Yeah, I call it kind of like the fake hit and run. If he thinks he's going to get it, he'll go. Now, you got to watch if you line one, you're going to get doubled off. But it's like if he sees that Little B's got the ball in a good position and can get it away from the infield, he'll be going. Bad swing there. And Caminetti goes halfway. Caught out there at short center by our confident shortstop.
He was trying to drive the ball, George. Just swung at a pitch that I'm sure he wouldn't like to would like to have
dropped.
back.
I mean, this is the beauty of these pitchers. They throw lead balls in there. Mercado.
Big at bat here. One of the best going in the game right now. Guy you want up.
Okay, 1 out. Mercado with the swing. High. Foul territory, left field. Koya catches it, but Caminati will be over to second, and he made a good throw coming in, but he did get in the second. So 2 outs.
All right, you got the decision to make here if you're Flash, George. You've got Alex Smith again. He hits the ball hard almost every time at the plate. You got a base open. We'll see what they elect to do with Alex if they're going to give him a pitch to hit.
Very good. I personally walk him because he is such a powerful guy and can do damage. Let's see. Now they do call timeout. And they're talking out there at second base. As we scan over there, you see the captain Tyler. And then Gibbs 91 Hernandez. Now, I know they're talking, should we walk him? Should we kind of not pitch to him? Let's see what they do here.
Alex being still a young hitter, they may try to just get him to chase a bad
give him
pitch.
Nothing, basically, yeah. But they call a lot of junk. Okay. So with 2 outs and Hernandez with a very good control of his game, let's see what he does with the first pitch. It'll kind of cue off. Hit the plate, so don't know if he's trying to come in or not. 1-0. Crucial at bat here. There's the ball, 2-0.
I think you take here, Alex, even if it is a good pitch, you have to see one.
And guess what? He throws him a strike. So we're back in action here. No intentional, semi-intentional walk at this point. Hernandez delivers with a single hard hesitation, double hesitation. Smith, the line shot to left field. Koya, with a big overspin. Koya comes in and grabs that one to the last stop. That could have been dangerous. Oh my, great catch.
With Alex, with his swing, every ball he hits to left field, when he hits it on the line, the ball knuckles. That's a difficult play for AJ. He made it look easy.
All right, Mike Marola will be back right after this. Okay, so Mike Marola, so far so good, Mike.
Yeah, it's been an interesting game. The guys, some well-hit balls, some great defense to keep the runs. That's why we got such a low-scoring game. We'll see what the veterans and Flash have to pull out here in the top of the 7th.
So our third guy in the booth, we love Mike Marola there, and he's made some predictions, so we'll see if they come true. Okay, Filkins is going to deliver here to Shane Lawler. Ground ball to Filkins, nothing going there. Over to Israel Sanchez for the automatic. So, by the way, just to recap, this is the top of the 7th. Flash is down 1-0. This has literally been kind of a slow, uncrazy game, 1-0. And if they hold on, they have to go to the if game.
Well, there's not many secrets between these two teams. A lot of these players know where to position themselves when a certain batter comes to the plate.
Line drive to Filkins for the next out. And almost knocked Filkins off his perch there. What a great play by Filkins.
Right there, that's twice he's gotten Ralphie on those line drives, and Ralph's gone up the middle 3 times, so they were expecting that again.
That one knocked Filkins back about 5 feet. All right, here's Cusick. So right now, if they get this out, 45s will win this game, this first game, 1-0. So let's see if they're going to go to the if game or not. Right now, flashbacks down. Fly ball to left field. Blackwell. Caught. Was he inbounds? Yes, he was. So 45s win this first game 1-0 as Mike Marola focuses on the first base side. Again, we're going to be back with the if game right after this, but this game was won with just 1 run by that RBI by Yaris. And now we go to the if game, and whoever wins this game wins it all. So George Bliss, Matt Dosen, Mike Marola. We'll be back with a short break with Game If at 2016 SSA. Stand by. This is the if game, 2016 SSA Major Nationals. The first game was a great one as Tito 45 scored 1 scratch run on the RBI by Yaris. They won it 1-0, and this is the final. There's no more games this year. Whoever wins this game wins it all. So the if game from Carroll Stream, Illinois SSA, and the 45s drew the visitation side. This time, Matty Dosen set us up for what's going to happen here.
Well, it's the exact opposite scenario of last year where the 45s won the Winners Bracket Championship and Flash came out and beat him in the first game and then got him in the second game to win the national championship. This year, Flash wins the Winners Bracket Championship. 45s coming out of the losers bracket, win the first game, and now have to sweep them here to take home the championship.
And we're going to talk about if there's any changes. Primarily the same players. But, Lawler's going to catch this game. So Blue, Flash back is on defense to start out. They're the home team.
You know, George, one thing that might come into play is the sun now for the players on the left side of the field.
Yeah, right in their faces. Okay, here we go. Same pitcher, Hernandez to Brian Blackwell. And whoever wins this game wins it all. 2016 Major Nationals of 16-inch softball. Same umpiring crew. Same crew. So we got Osisco behind home plate. And Cahill on the bases. So basic pitching, no change. This is the if game. I want to make it clear to you that this is the actual if game of 2016 SSA Major Nationals from McCaslin Park in Carroll Stream. And Blackwell, Little B, starts off the game with a single. And what a great pickup. Now explain how he was brought up on the roster.
You're able to pick up 3 players from a roster of a team that you played with during the season. So he was dropped by his main team from the year, BTA, and was picked up by the 45s after losing their left fielder, Billy Smith, a little bit earlier in the season.
So I like that. It's just like Major Leagues in the end of the season. You can do a little horse trading. So man on first, Mercado batting now the number 2, the shortstop. He hits a long, lazy fly to left field, and he doesn't like that swing, but Little B does tag up easily, number 19. So it does work as a sacrifice.
You know what? I've got to mention, George, that the first base coach is a player familiar to me.
Yeah, we're going to focus right in on him. Hey, listen, I know about this guy. That's my guy, Marty Dosen, your brother, number 4, out there at first base. And they got to put him in the game if they want any hope.
He's battling a little bit of a wrist injury the last couple of seasons.
He can do it. So here's Smith. There's a ball to the right side, way foul.
But Marty's playing a lot of big games over his career. He's had a lot of big hits, and was in the original lineup in the game prior to this one, and told Ron Kubicki that they should just go with 10. So a very unselfish player, took himself out.
I got him on my team anytime, anywhere. Now that he's up in age, 40 and over, 50 and over nationals, he'll probably clearly be, one of the top 5 players in all the United States in the age bracket games, 40, 50s. I'd like to bring him to Vegas with me. We'll win a lot of money with this guy.
Comes from good stock.
Yeah, his father was a Hall of Famer, the famous East Siders team. So we'll talk about that Hall of Fame stuff in future broadcasts. Alex Smith, let's focus on the game. Alex Smith, man on second, got there on the sacrifice fly by Alex Smith. Trapped at shortstop, and he can't pick it up. So Smith with quick hands and almost caught on a line drive, but just hit the webbing.
Well, there again, a tricky hop off the turf. It's a little easier play on the dirt for Ralph Lawrence, but again, that ball really skips off this turf, came up a little bit hot, and just bounced out of his glove.
Now, Blackwell played it smart. He figured, hey, I'll stay here. I'm not going anywhere. So first and second, 1 out, J-Rob.
Crafty hitter, George. Again, line-to-line hitter.
Hernandez pitching well. Always a great game. And Filkins on his defense. Incredible. Well, so 2 great pitchers.
The idea of pitching, again, you're pitching underhand. You got to keep the players off balance, at least try to.
And they're doing it on both sides because 1-0 is not a big offensive output, obviously. That was game 1 here, that 1-0 victory by Tito's. We're in the if game here, you watching on YouTube. There's a shot to right center field. Here comes Little B, scores 1 run. And Smith is going to go home, and Smith scores. So, a big hit there by J-Rob, Chicago State's finest, and they go up 2-0.
John Robinson likes to, again, push the ball to left. He'll cut the ball down the right field line, but every once in a while he'll go hard to the gaps, and he did it at that time.
And I talked to him a couple weeks ago, and he pitches. He played hardball at Chicago State, which was a Division I baseball school here on the beautiful south side of Chicago. So that's Johnny Robinson. So this is going to be Yaris now, who got the 1 RBI in the first game to win it for him, the game-winning RBI in game 1. Yaris down on the ground to the shortstop. Bobbled at first by Shane Lawler. And again, intelligently, J-Rob did not go, but I think it's okay there. He wasn't quite sure if they would whip it back over to third on a clean play.
That throw just handcuffed Shane a little bit. Sometimes with the glove.
It was low. The ball was low.
Sometimes you're not used to playing with the glove, and then you're used to catching that ball with the bare hand, and it kind of handcuffs you. Not an easy play.
Yeah, well stated. Israel Sanchez, they got 1 out, and they're up 2-0, Matt. So, 2 runs in the first inning with a glove game is a big, powerful score.
Yeah, Israel, again, another guy who's been in this situation plenty of times.
Sanchez with a soft ball to right field. Hordecki, no problem. And J-Rob does tag up the throw to third. Hey, great throw from right field to gun down J-Rob, and that kills a pretty big inning there.
Strong throw, and I think John just slid a little bit too early there.
And the great throw and the great tag by Cusick. So, action here at Carroll Stream. We'll be back right after this. We're back. This is going to be the bottom of inning number 1, but I got Ron Matriciano. Ronnie, big tournament coming up in Las Vegas in October. Tell us about it quickly here.
That's right, George. On October 8th, on Saturday, we're going to have the Las Vegas Getaway Weekend Tournament, sponsored by the SSA. And we have some great room rates at Caesars Palace, the Rio, the Paris, and Planet Hollywood. And we're going to be playing at Desert Breeze Park. The tournament is the second annual, and last year we had a great time.
All right, so Ron, I'm going to have the phone number put on our broadcast. That's Ronnie Matriciano as we go back to live action here. Inning number 1, home half, and Doze 2-0.
2-0, and more action in that first half inning than there was all in the last game.
So, a ground ball up the middle, just past Filkins, and Yaris got over, and he himself could not handle it. So, a scratch single by Koya. So, here we go. We've had a couple of miscues on both sides all day here on the infield side.
Not an easy play. That ball right over the bag, and a little tricky hop for Joe Yaris, but A.J. runs so well, I think that's a base hit regardless.
Here's Lawler. Here's a swing off of Filkins' gloves, just off the tip, and another infield hit as Nate Mercado, did get the ball as well, as you saw her live on SSA broadcast. So now first and second on 2 in-betweeners.
Well, as every great team does, they're looking to respond after the 45s went up 2-0, and some great hitters at the top of the lineup here for flashback.
So here's Hordecki with no outs. Lawler on first. A.J. Koya on second. So first and second.
Look for Scotty to drive the ball here, George. The worst case scenario, you get both runners in scoring position.
Herdecki swings at pitch number 1 to left center, and it is caught out there. But Lawler does tag, and so does Koya. So 2 men move up. So Herdecki nailed it. 2 guys moved up on a shot to center field. Great play out there in center, though.
Yeah, I think if Bart had to do that all over again, he would throw that ball to second base to keep
right away.
To keep Denny Lawler at first base.
Yeah, Ronnie Matriciano, who played minor league ball for years, said to me 1,000 times when we had dinner, do the right thing. Do the right thing. So, hey, he's got it there. So we've got second and third. So far, 2-0. Here's Shane Lawler. There's a shot to right center, fading quickly, but in quickly as the right fielder for the catch, and the run does score. So 2-1 on the sacrifice fly to right field. The ball came in quickly from Smith into the middle of the diamond. So,
veteran, smart player, Shane Lawler makes sure he gets the run in, moves the runner over the third base.
Deep enough,
unselfish play.
With 2 outs, that's okay, 2-1.
Now, Ralph, remember, he's gone up the middle 3 times in game 1. Let's see if he tries a different hole this time.
So Ralph Lawrence, the great shortstop in flashback, number 10. The really proud guy that everybody loves to play with. He shoots the ball to right center, and Smith grabs it. So great defense on the 45s. But 2-1 here at beautiful Carroll Stream. We'll be back after this short pause. None other than Keith Filkins leading off here in inning number 2, top of 2, and they're in a good position right now as they're leading 2-1.
Yeah, coming off the field, Keith was a little upset at himself, thought he should have had 1 or 2 of those first 2 hits.
Well, no one's performed like him, so I wouldn't criticize him too much.
No, I'm not criticizing him. Those were his words.
I meant I would, yeah. A line drive by Filkins, and guess what? He has slowed down 26, but let's see if they pinch run here. But there's the line single to left. No, they're not going to run here.
Too early in the game.
They don't want to waste the...
right. Too early in the game.
Berger. 2-1 out here at Carroll Stream. SSA, Major Nationals, Malati Nissan, Crystal Lake, Illinois. Our great sponsor. Berger with a hit to right field. Foul territory. Fall. Caught by Herdecki and a great catch in the webbing, and Filkins does move up to second. So, again, another great play by Herdecki going into foul territory.
Terrific jump by Scotty. Again, anticipating where Jeff's going to hit the ball. Great jump off the bat. Gets an out. George, great job by Flash to answer, at least with a run there. When you fall behind more than 2 runs in a game like this with the wind blowing in, tough to come back.
Here's Big Bart. Big Bart going against one of the great ones, Hernandez, with that super, super heavy hesitation. You don't know where he's going to go with his hand. So that's what makes him so effective. Jibs Hernandez. Straight pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Meyer over to Lawler for the out. So 2 outs.
2 outs, and Pete up here, who, again, tough out, hits the ball down, good speed, top of the order up next.
So 2 outs. This is Caminati. Pete, number 2-2, with the sunglasses, ground ball down. Tyler, nothing going, so there you go. So no change of position that happening. We'll be back right after this. Second inning here. Flashback down 2-1. They need to win this game or they will have been double dipped by the 45. Now, I want to remind you, in 2015, out at Elgin, same thing in reverse kind of. Flash won 2 games in a row to win the championship. So now the 45s are in the opposite position as they're up 2-1 here. This is Cusick. So Filkins to Cusick. There's a soft swing to right field. Oh, Smith is on the second base line of sight there and comes in quickly. How do you stop that speed?
And again, the key to playing great defense in this game, George, is knowing where your opponent's going to hit the ball. And again, Alex Smith
came in quick,
anticipating where he's going to hit the ball, playing shallow, and got a great jump.
And by the time he got it, he was literally on the edge of the fringe there by second base, which is incredible amount of speed there closing down. Anthony Tyler, wearing number 1. Tyler's got to get something going here. He's the captain of his team if he wants to win it. 2-1, 45s are up. There's a shot by Tyler, a nice hit. So Anthony comes through and makes a nice turn at first base. So Tyler, a little bobble, but no, Tyler's going to stay. So Anthony Tyler, the captain, with a nice single.
Veteran, future Hall of Famer, great hitter over the years, trying to get something started here for his team.
Mike Meyer with the heavy dark glasses kind of looks like a Russian spy.
Mike Meyer, big Michigan fan.
Oh, yeah, my wife went there, so that's not a bad thing. Ball inside, Osisco, the umpire at home, and our good friend out at the bases is none other than Cahill. Meyer, ground ball to third. Berger over to second to Yaris. Now, does Yaris bobble? Yes. Osisco does reverse the call. And I got to be honest with you, I agree with this. Matt, you have a very good look at that. I did too. Did Yaris not have a little bobble in the glove?
I think it could have gone either way. Joe didn't put up too much of an argument, so I think that's probably the right call. John Osisco with a good look at it. I think that's probably the right call.
Yeah, John was looking straight at it, and so was I. And Yaris did grab it, and as he kind of rotated, the ball fell out of his glove. It was a bobble.
Yeah. Not an obvious call.
No,
not
God,
an
no.
Obvious call.
Oh, no, of course not. So first and second.
Well, it wouldn't be a softball game without some kind of argument.
Yeah, I mean, but I got to say, from my standpoint, I'm not official. The ball looked like it was bobbled.
Well, Joe definitely
I have a very good angle.
Joe was definitely trying to turn a quick double play. Jeff Berger with the quick release. And again, I was a little bit blocked by Joe's back, so I couldn't tell if he had a good grip on the ball or not, if it was still bobbling it.
So now let's go back to pinch hitter action here with Bobby Russ, who's going to bat here. First and second, there is one out. Inning number 2. Meyer on first. Tyler on second.
I've seen Bobby pinch hit 3 times in this tournament. Every time he's gone to right center. Let's see if he tries to change it up a little bit. Maybe left center. Looks like it's the big hole out there right now.
Yeah, because Smith is pretty short in right field, so Bobby's got to look for a little opening there, a little green space. Okay, so Bobby Russ hitting here. And that's a ball. Everybody's yelling to watch Bobby's cut. Hit the plate for a ball. If the ball hits the plate here in 16-inch, it's an automatic ball. Filkins throws over to first base. Nothing going.
Bobby's really given up the last 5 years of his career to coach his son's travel baseball team.
And there's a strike, so let's focus it on Russ. Here we go. Filkins just delivers straight ahead. Russ with the cut to right field. Foul. And that ball was perfectly sliced, but just foul. So there you go. He still got control of that bat.
Difference between these major players, George, and every other player out there. Even when the defense tries to take away your ball, you have so much confidence you still think you could fit the ball in there.
And he almost just about did. So one out, Russ, first and second in a crucial situation. Let's see what he does here.
I still think he might be setting them up there. I think he's going left center here, George. I think he's going to try to get the ball right past Keith Filkins.
All right. Here we go. Russ to center, and there's Russ with the hit, and Bobby Russ comes through again, and here's Tyler, and Tyler's yelling, the coach waved him in. Okay, so there he is. Focus on the great Bobby Russ there, number 3. They're going to pinch run for him quickly. Yeah,
Alex Smith was way on the line there, guarding against the cut on the line. He still went to left center again with the cut ball.
So number 3, as you see him, as they focus in on number 3 over there on the third base side, gets the key hit and drives in Tyler. So guess what? Tie game here, and Bobby Russ, remember this inning 2 in the IF game here at 2016 with some great bat control, and Bobby Russ comes through again, Matt. This epitomizes what he's about.
Not surprising, George. Been in this situation many times.
Guidey batting now, 75.
This guy with big power. Bounced one over the fence in yesterday's game.
Yeah, number 75. You can see him. You can see the back of his beautiful blue jersey. We got a good angle on the camera. Mike Marola up there doing the camera work.
Playing against Hex yesterday, George. Bounced one over the fence, 300-foot fence.
My God. Joe Guidey, number 75. Big lefty power hitter. Can catch, can play infield even. So here's the pitch to Guidey. First and second. Guidey swings at a hard shot to right field. Smith has got it. He nailed it, but Mike Meyer does move up to third. So Guidey crushes one on a bullet line, but right to Smith.
And he's hurt, George. I was wondering why he wasn't in the lineup the game 1, but you could tell right now he's got an issue with his foot or his knee.
Here's Koya. So now this is who you want. Back at first base, Bobby Russ got that hit. That's who he bet, Staggs. He betted for Staggs. And so Staggs is back in his normal spot there. So you got number 7, Staggs at first, and, of course, the great Mike Meyer at third base with 2 outs and Koya up. Ground ball to Filkins. throws the first, and this game's going to be tied. Going to the next half inning, 2-2-2 on the scoreboard. We'll be back right after this. Top of third inning here, Matt Dosen. George Bliss here. Mikey Marola from the traffic team. And guess what? We got a tie game here, 2-2 in the third inning. This is the if game of the SSA Major Nationals. And right now it went from semi-boring first game to a nail-biter, Matt.
Well, 45's voicing their displeasure with both umpires after the half inning there.
Well, 16-inch players like to do that. Okay, so here's Brian Blackwell, Little B. Tito's 45 has been playing left field for them all weekend. Let's see what B can do. There's a swing, ground ball to the shortstop. Quickly, and he makes it close, but he's out as Ralphie Lawrence puts some mustard on that throw.
Got to know your runner. Ralphie playing even with the base. One hop, quick release, got him by a fraction of a step.
And he knew it, so did you see the release by Ralph? He put a little angle on that arm, and bang, it came in hot. Here's Mercado. He swings at the first pitch and then cut into the fans over there on third base. They got the big tent down there on the third base line. You see way in the distance the beautiful church as Mike goes to left center.
Wheaton Bible Church, George.
Yeah, Wheaton Bible Church. Absolutely incredible. I don't know if you can get the perspective, but that's like a block square, that church. That's absolutely incredible.
You know, Nate's tried to drive the ball last few times up there, tried to cut the ball. We'll see where he goes here with one strike.
Yeah. So 1 out, 2-2. Third inning. Mercado. There's a ball hit to the right side, and that is through. So that ball skipped through the infield for a clean single through Tyler there to his left. No chance to get that one. That ball was well placed.
You know, that's what separates, again, the major players from the rest of us, George, is being able to go to different places. When one ball's not working, you go to your second, you go to your third spot.
Of course, Alex Smith, who's really solid in right field. Nothing gets by this guy. So he's got a guy out there, Mercado, at first with no outs. I'm sorry, check that 1 out in the third inning. This would be...
He's looking to pull, George. Looking to pull.
He's going to pull. So Matty Dosen telling you what's going on. And he does pull it, and it is in front of Koya for the hit. And he's going to throw to third. Look at this. And he's safe, and we're going to get focused in on that. So Koya tried to throw him out of third. Now, in that case, let's just analyze what happened there.
Well, base hit to left. Nate with great speed, never hesitated, went to third base. And as a left fielder, playing that position for many years, George, that you're kind of caught. You got to make a split decision. Do I go for that runner at third? Do I think I got a good chance at it, or do I make sure I go to second base, not allow the player that hit the baseball to get to second base? He took a chance and went to third.
Throw's got to be perfect. Okay.
It was a great throw. Nate just got in there a fraction early.
So now let's just recap this. Second and third now with 1 out. Second and third with a tie game.
And now John has got to get the ball to either the outfield or a ground ball to the right side and get this run in.
Yeah, J-Rob. There's a shot. There's a hit to right field. Hordecki quickly in, and 1 run to score, so they do hold him. So 1 run there.
John Robinson feeling it. 2 base hits, 1 to right center, 1 down the right field line.
So 3-2 now in favor of Tito's 45s.
And now Joe Yaris in the same situation. He's got to get this run in from third.
1 out here, first and third. Let's see if they can move him along. That's just a good old fly ball is always a good thing.
And Joe's got good power.
Little strategy here. They're going to pinch run for J-Rob. So I believe that's 14 going to pinch run for J-Rob. That is Joey Cucci. So Joey Cucci in the game running at first base for J-Rob. 14 in running. Yaris with a strike thrown by Hernandez.
He's got to get the ball up and out here into the outfield.
There's a shot to left field, and that's down in the gap.
That's the Sun.
The gap. The Sun, did they lose it in the Sun? There's 1 run, and there's 2 runs. And I was just going to say, a double by Yaris, which drives the 2 guys. And Matt, just the last 30 seconds, the Sun came from behind a cloud. It didn't blind the left fielder. I'm not sure.
The reason why I know this, George, is 2 weeks ago I played here in the A Nationals. Had the same thing happen to me in left field at this time of the night. I lost the ball, didn't see it at all. AJ broke towards the line on that ball, and it was in the gap.
Oh, my. And just on the sideline here, and I've been listening, Keith Filkins told Brian Blackwell the last half inning, get a hat on and get sunglasses on. Now, A.J. does have sunglasses on, but not a hat. So, again, I am not critiquing, but that ball was right in the sun. How do you pick it up with this incredibly low sun?
It's funny because last year the same thing happened. They were playing the championship game on a sun field.
Sanchez now to the left side.
The sun was directly in the eyes of the batters last year, George and Elgin.
5-2 is the score. So 2 runs there. So if it's tough to see. And Mikey Marola, you can kind of show left field. The sun is drenching the shortstop, the third baseman, the entire left field poster boards off the church, the reflection.
Yeah, AJ had no idea where that ball was hit.
I mean, it's right in your eye. By the way, AJ now's got the glove right over his face. And there's a little cut to the first base, missed it, a little dribbler. Now, this is incredibly unique because AJ, who was the MVP last year, he's got the glove literally over his face there. So I don't know that he's got to get a little luckier and be able to pick up that ball. There's the ball to straightaway center field. No problem there by Staggs. So Staggs, number 7, grabs that ball.
Keith's had a really, really strong hitting tournament with 2 outs here. He's been pulling the ball hard. I don't expect anything different here.
So, couple key runs here in a sun-drenched field. It, to me, looks like the issue was the sun created that confusion. Filkins with a shot to left field, and here comes Yaris. And as Filkins nails the ball to left field, you can't stop that swing. That's Keith Filkins. No, that's the Keith Filkins we know about for decades in this city at first base. As you see, number 26, Keith Filkins, crushes the ball, and now we're up 6-2.
He's been locked in the last couple of games, George, and it's been that same ball right over the line drive over the shortstop's head.
Berger. Jeffrey Berger.
It's a big answer by the 45s after Flash tied it up last inning.
Yeah. So 6-2 here in the third. But again, nowhere near the end. There's Berger with a hit. Filkins with Filkins stops at second. Doesn't have the speed like he used to. So first and second. Berger with the great hit there. The great Jeff Berger at first base. And this is your guy Bart in a big position right now. Now, Israel Sanchez calls times out, Matt. And they're calling timeout. And let's see if they do something here.
Nicky Durango looks like he's going to pinch hit for Bart.
Now, Durango's picking up a bat. Durango is a very experienced player. I mentioned in the other broadcast, a Chicago fireman on the west side of Chicago. No easy job. Works long hours. Comes out here, wears number 0. But he's not a 0 in softball. He's one of the great ones. Nicky Durango now going to pinch hit for their guy, Bart Bannock.
Yeah, Bart, again, a younger player, has been fighting it a little bit here the last couple of games, but a solid hitter in his own right. But I think that it's a good move at this point of the game. Nicky's been hitting the ball hard the last couple of times.
Very well, yeah. 2 outs. Sun just crushing the left fielder. It is brutal. Either way, these fields, the sun comes low over the fields here in Carroll Stream. It's tough. Denny Lawler behind the plate. See if they can slow him down a little bit as the crowd gets a little quiet on the Flash side. 6-2. Durango with a ball off of Tyler's glove. So Durango with the hit. So in comes Filkins and Nicky Durango put the ball, really hard. It's tough to handle. So there's the hit.
That ball skipped off the turf. I think it took off a little bit on Anthony Tyler.
Yeah, very difficult to pick up. Very difficult. So now we got 7-2 with 2 outs.
2 out hits, George, really get a team fired up. That's a big RBI.
Here's Pete, 22.
5-run lead in these conditions.
Yeah, rough. Now the wind just shifted, blowing straight in from downtown Chicago. So we're at dusk, and I've flown a little bit in airplanes. When the dusk comes, the winds change. Something to do with the pressure, and it can change a game. The winds can change in a second, and they just have. They're blowing in from left now. All right, Caminati pitches. There's a ball, very, very short. 7-2, big inning here in inning 3 for the Tito 45s. Full count, 3-2. 2 outs, so obviously the guy at first is going to be going. And there he goes. There's a ball, and that would be foul for the strikeout. So, big inning for the 45s, Matty Dosen. As they scroll over to the scoreboard, Mike Marola, George Bliss, Matt Dosen in the dugout here at beautiful McCaslin Park. We'll be back right after this. Well, Flashback has its work to do. The score here in inning 3 is 7-2. And here is Denny Lawler, and they got to get something going right away, Matt.
Well, I can guarantee you this. There is no panic on that Flashback dugout. They will try to fight their way back into this game.
Now, I don't know if I'm talking myself, but Brian Blackwell's out there in left field. No hat, no sunglasses. So if he loses one in the sun, there's a line drive. Is that Pete out there? Number 22 playing super deep. Grabs that line drive almost in right field. Great play by Pete Caminati there. So one of the best defensive plays of the weekend.
Know your hitter, George. Know your hitter.
Caminati leaping on the right field grass way back in the shift and grabs that soft liner, steals a hit.
Well, you had mentioned that Denny has been fighting some injuries over the past couple of years. Doesn't run as well as he used to. You could afford to play a little bit deeper.
Oh, I gotcha. Exactly. So here's Hordecki. Great play there by Pete Caminati, number 2-2, the second baseman for
Watch
the 45s.
For the cut here, George.
Watch for the cut.
Down 5, need a base runner.
Melody Nissan bringing you this broadcast on SSA broadcasts around the world on the internet, YouTube.
Look at everybody shading their eyes on the left side there.
There's a ball to left field. Little B comes in and grabs it. So guess what? Sun didn't bother him.
Superman out there, George. What a great jump, great speed. Wasn't affected by the sun. That's just a tremendous play.
As if it was dark at night. There was no reflection at all. So little B doesn't need sunglasses. So, wow, what a great kid. Brian Blackwell. His dad was a great player as well.
Still playing.
Oh, still playing his father. Okay. Shane Lawler up the middle for the hit. So right past Filkins' glove.
Veteran hitter. Uses the middle of the field. Longtime Jinx player.
Oh, yeah, number 2 outs here. Shane Lawler with that quick swing and bang up the middle for the hit. Beautiful day out here in West Suburban Chicago.
We were blessed with tremendous weather all weekend long, George.
I don't know. It's something like 70 degrees. It's just rounded up. It's ideal. So George Bliss, your weatherman, gives you ideal weather here for the broadcasts. Here's Lawrence. Ground ball to short. Mercado quickly over to second for the simple force. Nothing doing there. Still 7-2. We'll be back right after this. Okay, we're here top of 4 at Mikey Marola, 7-2. Sun drenching the left fielder. So far, so good for the Tito 45s.
Yeah, a little different conditions. Guys are swinging a little differently now that the game's, everything's on the line here, so you can't really hold anything back. So you're seeing a little more aggression out of them. Shaping up to be a good end of the game here.
That's Mike Marola there, the great camera guy and my assistant, along with Matt Dosen. And in the batter's box is Brian Blackwell, known as Little B, playing left field this weekend for the Tito 45s. Blackwell, great defensive player in the game in Chicago, listed right near the top of defensive players. Slaps one down the ground, quickly to Ralph Lawrence. Out number 1, great play there as Shane touches first.
I just can't emphasize how easy Ralph Lawrence makes that play look. And that is not an easy play with the base runner as fast as Blackwell going down the line. I mean, a quick release, the strong arm, just what a tremendous player.
Mercado, the shortstop. Soft fly to right field. Hordecki, nothing going. So quick swing there by Nate. Just swung at the first pitch. Should he have waited just a little bit?
You know what, George? I've always been a first pitch swinger.
Oh, so you like that? Okay.
So that might be the best pitch you're going to see in at bat. So up 5 runs, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Gotcha.
That
so here's Smith. So quickly this inning is transversed with 2 outs.
Now you go for the big one if you're Alex Smith.
Yeah,
you go for a gap.
You take a swing here,
exactly.
Yeah. Now, would you believe it? The sun, the last 30 seconds is behind a cloud again. There's a shot. Oh, to Tyler. So 1, 2, 3. Great defense by Flash. We'll be back right after this. Inning number 4. That would be the home half of 4. 45-7, Flash 2. Kevin Cusick needs to get something going here as Filkins delivers ball 1 to him.
I think Little B
Dosen,
playing a little bit deep and left. I expect a cut.
Ground ball, line shot right up the grass to Berger, and Berger is still there with that great glove.
Yeah, he definitely tried to cut that ball. Just pitch was a little bit lower than I think he wanted to swing at, and Jeff with a good jump off the line.
Very good jump for Jeff. Jeff's played short center, shortstop, all the great teams going way back, many national championships. Here's Tyler. Now Berger's got the sun in his face. He's playing with his hand in front. Ground ball to short. Mercado. Quick release by Mercado. Beautiful throw there. That's textbook.
There's been 5 outs in this inning, George, on 6 pitches.
Yeah, we like that. Easy on the camera crew.
2 of the best shortstops in the game we're watching here today.
Yeah, they wouldn't get here to first and second, and the top 4 if they weren't. Here's Meyer. Short center for Flash.
I think it's safe to say they are the 2 best shortstops in the game.
Yeah, okay, I'm with you. There's Yaris, by the way, playing a tight short center now. So Yaris is right on top of Mercado here. So you got 3 guys in left field. And there's a shot to left field. Brian Blackwell with the catch going away, and Little B is running all the way to Lombard. You better catch him before they find him out there in Lombard. So Little B with the great catch out there in left field. Still 7-2. There's your Little B as he comes in. We're going to focus on Little B as he comes in from, where'd he go? He's way out in the parking lot catching that ball. So Brian Blackwell with a great catch just now getting to the home area of the 45's dugout. We'll be back right after this. Johnny Robb, J-Rob, 32. We got some key hits in this whole weekend. Hits one to left field, and it's fair. And an incredible slash. Explain that beautiful swing to me.
That's why he's such a tough out, George. First 2 times up, hard to left to right center, and there just a little Humpty over the third baseman's head.
He just flipped it like you would flip a drumstick at a restaurant.
A lot of years of practice, a lot of years of playing.
Yeah. As I mentioned several times, J-Rob, Chicago State, yeah.
Started his softball career playing with a team called Underage in the north side of Chicago, and has kind of steadily moved up the ranks.
Yeah.
Many years with the Roadrunners, and now here with the 45s.
Johnny Robinson. I believe he pitched the big games last year.
He did.
Yeah, and they got Filkins there. So they got Filkins and J-Rob and Big Steve on their roster. So incredible talent here.
Both teams just loaded with terrific players.
Yeah, Steve Batnich, I'm talking about. Big Steve is one of the great pitchers who's on the bench.
Nobody likes to face Steve.
No. Big Steve, years ago, picked off 5 people on the Nationals. 5. Here's Yaris.
Very good student of the game. Loves the game of softball, loves the game of baseball, Steve Batnich.
Yep. Yaris slaps it down. Lawrence. Now, Lawrence, what did there, again, looked like he glanced to second and lost the handle. So, an error there at E6.
Yeah, I think that Ralph just, again, was anticipating maybe a faster runner on base. Forgot that it was Johnny Robinson, who doesn't run as well as some of the other players on the 45. Just took his eye off that one.
So it brings up number 38, Israel Sanchez. And I know Israel's family is here tonight watching him play. There's a shot to right field. Down, right in front of Herdecki. J-Rob had to wait. J-Rob got stuck a little bit, but it's okay. J-Rob waited, so they just moved up with a single.
Here's a perfect example of a player doing the right thing and getting great results. I'm sure he was just trying to hit the ball as far as he could to right field to move the runners, and instead hit a humpback line drive and got a base hit.
Can't stop that. So 1, 2, and 3. Bases loaded. Nowhere to go, guys. Got to go somewhere. With Keith Filkins out. Oh, my. Filkins up with the bases loaded.
No,
Not a good sign.
I think Keith's going to just try to drive the ball here deep to left. Or deep to right. He's gonna go.
And no outs here. So this could be a big inning here if they don't break it down. There's a shot to middle. Filkins with the hit, and 2 runs are in. 2 runs are in. Sanchez gets the third. So 2 runs in.
Boy, Keith is just feeling it. He is hitting every ball hard. And he is, in my opinion, the early leader in the clubhouse for MVP.
Well, he's going to be up there no matter what. So let's see if they run for Filkins. So Ron Kubicki over there at third base discussing what they should do. Filkins is the starting pitcher. And let's see if they run for him. And it looks like they're going to run for Filkins. So Adam is running. Adam Wanda. That's Adam Wanda out there. Wanda. And I'm told, I don't know if I have this right, he's going to be possibly in Israel's future with his daughter. So that's Wanda out there. Adam Wanda.
So I think if you're Jeff Berger here with no outs and runners at the corners, you go for your hit.
Okay, so 9-2. Jeff is going to do whatever they give him. If they pitch it outside, he's going to go right side.
I'm sure he told Israel at third base what he's going to do, so Israel doesn't get doubled off on a liner.
There's a ball to right field, and it is foul by an inch. So Berger paints the line. That ball goes fair by a couple inches. Big problems for the Flash team.
Well, Jeff's got that ball in his repertoire. He, again, line-to-line hitter.
Repertoire. Ooh, big word, Matt Dosen. How about that, Mikey Marola? Big words.
That's a Mount Carmel education, George.
Mount Carmel. Okay, I was at Montefiore. No, I'm just joking. That's a reform school. All of us from Chicago love the game. A 16-inch, the clincher ball. Nothing like it anywhere in the world. Berger swings to the right side. Soft ball over to Tyler for the and he's safe at first. So the fielder's choice works. Drives in another run.
Smart ball. Go for your hit to the right side. If worst case scenario, you drive in a run and only make one out.
And that gives him 10. So 10-2. Now 20 is batting for 11. They just made a change. So 20, I'm sorry, check that. 20 is going in as a runner. And I may have 20 is Alex Wanda. 25 was Hobbs. So this is Wanda. Out at first. Now what's the call at second here? As he was going. Safe at second. So the pinch runner worked there. 20, Wanda. Wanda slid in. They're safe. And that's Israel Sanchez's buddy. But out at first. So 10-2 with 2 outs. So the pinch runner worked there. Got to move up. 22 now. Caminati, Pete, who's made some great plays out there at second. 10-2, fifth inning. There's a ball by Caminati to right field. Caught out there, but more damage this inning. 10-2, an 8-run deficit. We'll be back right after this. Fifth inning, 10-2, Flash way down. They need, as they say, a miracle, but it's done many times a team this good. So this is Staggs. Out! Throw over to first base.
George,
quick runner.
It's really now a matter of defense for the 45. It's going to be difficult for Flashback to hit their way back into an 8-run game without the help of
a breakout inning,
of a couple of errors. So if the 45s can play solid defense the rest of the way, going to be awfully tough for Flashback.
Here's Joe Guide, 75. There's a swing. Pete, number 22, over to first. Another great play by Caminati. Pete Caminati out there at second base as we focus it on Pete. Nobody could do it better. That's big-time softball defense.
Speed and defense, two attributes that every great team has to have, and 45s are showing it in big time in this game.
Pete Caminati. So now here's A.J. Koya, the leadoff batter. Caminati at second base, number 2-2, with some great defense here for the 45s. This is the if game. 2016 SSA Major. Ball to left field, Brian Blackwell, and he's out. Quick inning, nothing going, still 10-2. Leading the 45s are leading 10-2. We'll be back right after this. Great Mike Marola focuses in on little B, Brian Blackwell, if he gets a real close-up on Brian as he gets in the box. So here's Blackwell batting. No sunglasses, no hat.
New pitcher now,
great
Jeff.
Left field.
New pitcher, Jeff Hernandez out, Kevin Cusack on the mound.
Right, and they put a couple, we'll get the shifts here in a second. Sun is really tough. Really tough. The third baseman is not comfortable with the glasses, so he threw him aside.
There you go.
Blackwell, soft tap to left field. Koya in for the great catch.
Nice play by AJ. Great jump. Great anticipation. Fights the sun. Makes the play.
Stuhalik is at third base. That's our guy Stuhalik, number 11, now in at third base. As they shifted around, 91, Gibbs came out, and 54 is pitching now. That would be Cusick. So we got the changes there. Stuhalik at third now. Nate Mercado, comfortable lead, 10-2, sixth inning.
And Nate's had a strong tournament. Nice play.
Yeah, that's Stuhalik. They just put in the defensive play there. That's Steve Stuhalik. Good play there by Stevie over at third base now in the lineup. As I mentioned a few seconds ago, if they've taken out Gibbs Hernandez and put in Cusick to pitch. Alex Smith here with another great weekend.
Alex Smith, member of OBI last year, came to 45 to join his brother Billy.
Yeah. And that made a little difference, I must admit. A little shift of power, as they say. Smith, swing to right field. Way down the line. Foul ball as Smith comes back.
Both the Smith brothers, too, George, very humble young men. Very good
Where
teammates.
they go to high school?
Good guy. Brother Rice.
They both went to Brother Rice. Okay. Brother Rice, for our people listening and watching, is a great Catholic school on the south side of Chicago. We have roughly in the greater Chicagoland area, I know people watch the stream, about 11 million people, and thousands of people play this 16-inch softball. So I hope you're enjoying it here on SSA broadcast and YouTube around the world. The internet has changed everything.
A lot of people getting to see our game.
Ground ball up the middle. Meyer for the out. And that was quick. 1, 2, 3. The next half inning. And here come the 45s with the big lead, 10-2. We'll be right back. George Bliss, Mike Marola on camera, and my buddy Matt Dosen here at the 2016 Super Major Malotti Nissan Softball Championships, Carroll Stream, Illinois, 10-2. Maddie,
good
a
game.
Lot of work here.
Good game, George. A lot of excitement in this one compared to the 1-0 first game we had.
Yeah, now we've got the sun down here in beautiful Chicago as Lawler chops one down the third base line. Off the fence post, Berger runs after it, but not near it.
Yep.
And
Denny and I are the same age. We competed against each other in high school baseball. Denny, a St. Rita graduate.
Yes.
Mount Carmel for myself.
Gotcha. So both great Southside institutions where softball is king in Chicago.
A lot of St. Rita graduates playing this game of softball.
Gotta love that. Nothing wrong with that.
At a very high level.
And a lot of people that went to the pro sports from St. Rita. So here's Denny Lawler, swings, straightaway center field. Bannock. Barty got that one, number 8.
Bart, going to be a dad on Tuesday. Very excited.
Wow.
First one.
Is that his first?
First one.
Okay.
Terrific young man. Congratulations to Bart and Carrie Ann.
Okay. Hordecki. Scotty. They need a breakout inning. They're down to their last 5 outs. And there's a shot to left center. Little B grabs it, bobble quickly, gets it in, misses the cutoff guy.
Scotty's got that combination of power, speed, finesse. He's got the whole package.
So Hordecki with a nice pickup hit there.
This gentleman at the plate, George, has really become a terrific hitter. Was always a solid player, but has just become a well above average hitter the last couple of years.
Yeah, Shane Lawler. Well, it helps when you get lots of swings. There's a ball to right field. Lazy fly. Hit way down there by Route 64 in Chicago. Check us on the map, folks. We're on Route 64, also called North Avenue on Google Maps, and St. Charles Road. So it's good to look at the satellite view of this incredible complex, McCaslin Park, with 4 beautiful diamonds, 35 miles west of beautiful downtown Chicago.
Well, this flashback team, George, you've got to really hand it to the people that have kept it together all these years. They've had such great success for a long period of time. The Lawler brothers, Anthony Tyler, just the same group of guys, Ralphie Lawrence, Scotty Hordecki, guys that have been on the team for many, many years. Bobby Russ.
Oh, don't forget the coaches, JT, and of course Richie Wagner. Great guys.
And Mike Camajarin also.
Big Mike Cam, yeah. My guy from Rush Street. Lawler up the middle for the hit. So here comes Hordecki to score run number 3.
There's something to be said about these teams that stay together for long periods of time, and Flashback is certainly one of them. Mike Marola, a member of the traffic team that's been together for 30 years.
Yeah. Here's Lawrence. Let's see if Lawrence can rip one.
Nicky Gadd has kept that traffic team together for
forever.
A lot of years.
Yeah. Longer than most people have been living.
Definitely a friend of the softball.
Okay. Number 10, big shortstop. Swings. Line drive to Mercado. Mercado catches it, but Lawler is back to first. So 10-3 here with 2 outs.
No quit in this flashback team. We didn't expect anything less.
Here's Cusick, who is now pitching. Kevin Cusick trying to pull the miracle out here as he stepped in for Gibbs Hernandez in the pitcher's spot. Tito 45's legendary team. I believe they won 6 in a row. Forest Parks, which I don't believe will be equaled.
You know, this is at least 45 3.0, George. Maybe even 4.0.
There's a hit by our good buddy Kevin Cusick, 54. So a nice softball cut there in front of Blackwell in left field.
You know, some of the players have changed, but you could always count on some of the familiar faces. You got Israel Sanchez, Keith Filkins, Jeff Berger, guys that have been with this 45 team for many, many years.
And the new guys, the Smith guys, the new guys too.
My brother Marty's been with the 45 3 different times.
Marty Dosen, let's not forget number 4. Here's Tyler, number 1. Speaking of numbers,
when guys enjoy playing together, it's hard to stay away.
I agree. Malady Nissan, MLADY.com for a great car. Line drive by Tyler, nice shot to left field. Here comes Shane. Rumbling home. The throw, cut off. Throw back to second, into the outfield. Let's see if Cusick can get the third. So couple miscues. And then Cusick goes all the way home, and Tyler's the third. So about 2 miscues in a row there. 2 miscues in a row as Lawler was coming in from home. They threw back, bobbled twice on the exchange.
It all started with Blackwell came in, and instead of throwing the ball towards home, he just kind of lobbed it into third base, and that allowed the first runner to score.
Yeah, right. So maybe he thinks no big deal if the run scores, but it kind of broke down there, the relay.
And he's got a strong arm. If he throws through, it's going to be a close play with Shane Lawler running around third base.
So, Tyler ends up over there on third base, okay, after all this rigmarole. So a hit and then I believe a two-base move up on the miscues. So Tyler over there at third base. So it's 10-5 in the 6th inning.
Just like we expected, no quit in this flashback team. Tough out here at the plate also.
Blackwell's very, very short in left. And he hits it hard. Let's see if Blackwell can get this one. And it does fall. So here comes Tyler, and a sliding double by our guy,
Mike Meyer. Solid player. Took a low inside pitch, drove it to left center.
And Blackwell was really short, and just for a second, Mike looked and then pulled hard. So good strategy there by Meyer. Split him.
So in the blink of an eye, a 10-2 lead is now a 10-6 lead.
Just like that with 2 outs. Mike Marola, this game's going to be exciting. It's going to go down to the end.
Yes, it is. Here again, everything's up for grabs now. They're free swinging, letting it all out there.
Stu Hollick. Check that. Fly ball to Blackwell. That was Jimmy Staggs. Check that. Jimmy Staggs with the fly out. That ends that half inning. So Staggs makes the last out there. But 10-6 as we go to the 7th inning. We'll be back with the exciting probably ending. Who knows? We might go 20 innings right after this.
J-Rob, 3 for 3.
Okay, let me tell you where we're at here. We're at beautiful Carroll Stream. And this game has switched a little bit. It's 10-6. Top of 7 as Flash had a pretty big inning.
John Robinson 3 for 3 in this game, George.
And it could be 4 for 4. No, foul. Oh, my. We're right on the line here. To me, it looked fair, but Osisco's right there. He calls a foul ball. So that's a game of inches. Robinson, if he planted that one, would have really been a powerful guy. But J-Rob's walking back in as we focus on J-Rob.
Just missed painting that line, but Ron Kubicki, third base coach, said it was a good call. It was a foul ball.
So there's Kubicki over there on third base, if you can see him in the camera. Yaris on the on-deck circle. J-Rob. Again recapping, 10-6, top of 7. Just starting the 7th inning here at the SSA Major in Carroll Stream, Illinois. 16-inch softball at its best. George Bliss, Matt Dosen. There's a drive to left center, and that ball's down. And J-Rob is having a big day here with the bat.
Yeah, he definitely is feeling it now. He's hit the ball in 3 different spots, all successfully. Now you got
J-Rob,
to
wow.
run for. You got to put in a pinch runner if you're the 45s.
So let's see, because if he was pinch run before, I believe that takes him out. So here's 14 now. 14's running now for the 45s. Cucci is the runner. You want to put the first baseman in the zone there, Mike. First base runner is Cucci over at first base. So running is Cucci at first base. And we're back to live action with Yaris, and he swings. Ball to left field.
Nice catch.
Caught out there by Koya in fair territory, and Cucci goes back to first. So a great catch out there in the sun by Koya.
Tough play. Veteran outfield. Solid left fielder. Great jump. And it helped having the glove on his right hand there going towards the line.
Being
George.
a lefty, yeah. So
much more difficult play for a right-hander.
Sanchez, 10-6, seventh inning. Israel Sanchez, number 38. He's going against Cusick, who came in from third base to pitch. Sanchez, swing to left center field. Koya, no problem there as Cucci returns back. So, Koya, we with the recorded first 2 outs of this inning.
Now Keith, who's been just red hot here. I wouldn't expect him to change his swing. He's been hitting line drives over the shortstop's head here the past couple of games.
So, they play him basically straight up at short center because they never know where the guy's going to go. Here's Filkins with the red shoes, wearing 26. For years he wore 27, made it famous in Chicago softball. Keith Filkins. 10-6. There's a swing, a cut to left field, and Filkins drops it in. First and third to Cucci, and they do throw to second this time. So there it is again.
He knew that.
Do I need to explain it?
No, as confident of a hitter as you'll ever see. He knew that ball was going to be down. He told the base runner to take off. Just really feeling it. Coming up big, of course, here in the biggest game of the year.
Unbelievable. Still 10-6. You know what they say? He's a surgeon. That's a surgeon out there standing at first base, Keith Filkins, number 26. Okay, here's Berger.
Big at bat here.
Sun blasting off that church out in left field. Little reflectivity.
They're really giving him
the brick.
They're giving him a big hole between short and third. Let's see if Jeff tries to go there.
I see that, yeah. Stuhalik at third.
I'm going to say he's going to try to cut the ball in between there, George.
Let's see what happens here with Berger as Cusick delivers. Fly ball to straightaway center field. And that's it for this half inning. So now we're going to keep rolling here. We're not going to take a break. We're going to roll the tape all the way here. It is 10-6, Matt. And Flashback's going to need 4 to tie and 5 for the miracle.
Well, as non-eventful as Game 1 was, this has been a totally different ball game with 45s getting out to the early lead, Flashback putting a dent in the lead, and then 45s really having a couple of back-to-back big innings, and then with Flashback scoring the 4 runs there in the last inning. So we're coming down to the end. Expect Flash to make some noise here and keep the game close.
And Mike, this is it. We're down to the last inning.
Yeah, this is it. We'll see. Like you guys have been saying, crafty veteran team and Flashback, they're not going to lay down easy, that's for sure. We'll see what they can come with here.
Okay, we got a little time on the camera. 13 minutes. So, because of technology, we have the tape ready to go. We're all ready.
First out is always the biggest out, George.
Okay, here we go. 7th inning. There's a ball to straightaway center field, and your guy Bannock for out number 1.
Now we go to the top.
10-6, 1 out. A.J. Koya.
So with that first out, George, lead off the inning, it kind of lets the defense relax a little bit.
Yeah, Filkins just is quite frankly grooving it and saying, hit it. We'll let our defense take it. Here's Koya, 2-2, left fielder. MVP from last year, A.J. Koya. 2015 MVP of the Elgin tournament. Let's see if A.J. can come through here now and keep them going. There's a strike. Cisco, strike 2, the umpire. Johnny O, umping. Filkins, just a simple pitch. Liner to Filkins! And Filkins He grabs another ball. And who is better on defense than Keith Vilkins?
He's had a great day, George. Great day. Filling the hole and making all the plays.
2 outs. It's left up to Denny Lawler. 10-6. Let's recap it for you. 10-6. Carroll Stream, beautiful fall night here in September of 2016. We're bringing this to you because of Malati Nissan in Crystal Lake, Illinois. Ground ball down the first. Israel Sanchez over to first. Vilkins covers, and the 45s have double dipped. The 45s have won it. Another great national championship for Ron Kubicki, Mike Cam, and all the guys on the 45s, all the coaches, Marty Dosen, as they shake each other's hands at first base. A double dip. What a great team, the 45s. What can you say about their legendary status?
Great team effort, led by a lot of veterans that have been here, done that. A lot of hardware on their shelves at home, and they bring home another one.
So shaking hands now as Mike focuses in on the hands. The kids are there. Beautiful, beautiful fall day here. I want to thank my good guy, Mike Marola. Yours truly, George Bliss from the softball hotline. Softball, it's the greatest game in America, and the 45s come back with an incredible game. Filkins, what a player this guy is.
He's just you talk about guys that step up in the big moments, and Keith's done that for 30 years, and he did it again this weekend. And congratulations to both teams. Flashback ran through the winner's bracket, and 45 is just a little bit better these last 2 games, George.
So thanks for watching. Final score here, 10-6. We're going to be back with some post-game good video right after this. God bless you, everybody. Play softball. George Bliss signing off for my buddy Matt Dosen and Mike Marola. See you later in just a few seconds, everybody.
Appreciate you all being here. Turned out to be a great weekend. Flash guys, we're going to take your picture. If you'd come on over, please. Congratulations to Flash on a great tournament. Flashback, excuse me. Flashback on a great tournament. 45s, you guys will be up next. All right, Flashback, thank you guys. Congratulations, second place, 2016 SSA Major Nationals.
They're happy.
All right, we'll introduce Flashback here and the runner-up team from our Nationals. Jibbs will help us out here. Yeah.
Cam?
Mike Cam. Coach. Yeah, we'll just roll through.
Jojo Gady? Mikey Meyer? Jimmy Staggs? Hold on. What? Bobby Wet? Hold on. Bobby Wags? Russ? I'm sorry. Wags, you're next. I'm sorry. I thought it was you. Jose? Did you go over to this Jose Meadows?
Now that's funny.
Ralphie? Lawrence. AJ Coyle?
Congratulations. Good job, Ralph.
Jimmy Tops? Sugar Shane Lawler?
Congratulations.
Scotty Hordecki?
Nice job, buddy. Congratulations.
Mike Roski? JT Tenza?
Nice job.
Q. Stu for stupid.
There's baby girls.
Denny Lawler.
Good job. Congratulations.
Is that it? Yeah, I know. My right-hand man, Anthony Tyler. Warren, I see you hiding over there. Get over here, 12-pack.
Thank you. And we got Pat. Yeah, we got them on sale. They were on sale. Okay. Hang it open the bar. And then myself, and then we got a couple. And once again, congratulations to your champions, Tito's 45.
Way to go, boys!
1, 2, 3. How you doing?
I hate that.
Hi, 0, Nick Durango. 3, Nate. Marty Dosen. Alex Smith. Billy Smith, but he's not here. But he's part of the team too. J-Rob. John Robinson. Brian Blackwell. Little B. Jeff Berger. Joey Yars. Joe Crucci. Houlihan, Danny. Pete. Can't pronounce the last name, sorry. Keith Filkins. Israel Sanchez. And the way I did earlier, Big Adam and Little Adam. Bart. And his brother Brett. Brett had to leave for a wedding. Stevie. Did I miss anybody?
Big Steve.
Who?
Little Adam.
Little Joey, yeah. We got to get one. Because Steve, we got a couple guys right here.
Yep.
Our second All-American team here. We will call them out. From Miller, we had Jake Olson. From Chucks, Chad Hook. From Hex, Mike Moji, however you say his last name. From Old Timers Tavern. Oh, Moji's here. Excellent. Moji.
Love you more.
From the Old Timers Tavern, Chris Beal and Ryan Boswell. Also from Hex, Sean Garrich. From OBI, Kenny Kaselika. Also from OBI, Jimmy Moretti. From Dynasty, Mike Alonji and Chris Guerin. Excellent. From Flashback, we had Denny Lawler. And rounding out the second team from the 45s, John Robinson.
Get a real camera, Gio.
Look this way.
Which way?
Well, because that second game, right? Hickey got first. It's all about hitting.
All right, and we will follow that up here with our first team All-Americans. First team All-Americans from the Old Timers Tavern, Jared Carlson. From Hex, Sammy Bertucci. Sammy. From OBI, Jeremy Lafrano. From OBI, Danny Villarreal. From Dynasty, Brian Cherwin. Also from Dynasty, Mike Hickey. From Flashback, Ralph Lawrence. He's speeding me up. Let him get their awards. All right. Also from Flashback, Shane Lawler and Jeff Jibbs Hernandez. Congratulations.
Moist. Yeah, a lot of moist here. A lot of moist guys out there.
Our final three first team All-Americans from the 45s, Keith Filkins, Nate Mercado, and Brian Blackwell Jr. Congratulations to our first and second team All-Americans. The final award for the evening that we have is our Rich Melman Major National MVP. This year's MVP is awarded to Keith Filkins of the 45. Congratulations, Keith, on a well tournament. Congratulations again to the final round. It was a great event. Hex, thank you. Thank you all. We appreciate it.
Oh, stay there, Keith. Stay there for a second. Oh, they can get in there.